Where do we learn the skills necessary to become a good student? What realistic changes would you make to your society's attitude toward education? Do you feel that the current way we are educating students fully prepares them for the needs of the future industry? Education is considered as one of the major important factors in developing communities. And with the use of technology in everyday lives, it becomes an essential matter to incorporate new technologies in the education sector in order to enhance the way of learning. Learning and teaching have to be more than a simple process of knowledge transfer by integrating technology into education that demand the student to be innovative while learning and responding.
Education becomes difficult when teaching methods are built on textbook and lab manuals for practical courses. Most students have difficulty to learn and grasp knowledge in the traditional way in education. As in the traditional way, teachers delivers knowledge and the students act as recipients only. Such as in the digital hardware course that we studied in the university. Students have difficulty getting the instructions for the lab experiments, when it requires from students to understand the experiment and connect the equipment with the wires to implement it. For that, the solution of this problem is to use the augmented reality technology in education. The use of this technology in education will motivate the students to grasp concepts faster and easier. Moreover, it increases the students' participation in classes. AR technology stimulates a better learning process in an interactive way by representing the materials as 3D objects, which increases the imaginative prowess of the students to become critical to demonstrate new ideas and to be excited to learn.
Augmented reality has become one of the growing fields of technology, which use in different fields in our daily life. It shows elements of the virtual world into our real world that could be applied to all types of level and fields of knowledge.
The proposed project, which is an augmented reality-based learning platform for digital hardware, applies AR technology in learning platform for both students and teachers. Our proposed project will be developed to enable the students to visualize 3D objects of the lessons for enhancing the educational process. Also, to provide a better explanation for the students. Moreover, it helps the teachers to deliver the information easily. The idea of the proposed project is to develop an interactive learning platform application where the students can learn in an interactive way by using AR technology in the classroom. The students can use their devices to follow and learn more about the lectures and lab experiments using 3D objects and multiple instructions that represent AR technology. In the proposed project, digital hardware course concepts will be used to explain the lab's experiments by representing the required materials and the instructions to implement the experiments. Students can learn how to implement these experiments by following multiple instructions for different lab experiments and the way they are implemented, which will enable them to grasp the subject in an easy way by the usage of AR technology.
An overview of our application indicating the simplicity of the application. After clicking on the application, the registration page is shown to enable either the teachers or student to register or click on login if you already have an account. For the teachers, after login to the app, they can choose the option Create to create a class. Then they can create a code for the class that allow the student to enter the class. And finally, there are a short exercise to test the student understanding of the experiment. Are able to evaluate their student by checking who solved the exercise and who don't. On the other hand, the student after they login, they are able to write the code of the class that the teachers has created. Then they can choose the experiment for the current class. After choosing the experiment, the tools required of the experiment are shown. Then you can direct your camera to the digital system training to see the right connection for the experiment. Using the latest technologies, especially AR technology in education, is an important field because it leads to improve the learning and teaching in educational field. Also, it helps to facilitate the traditional way of education and getting knowledge. Our main goal is to make this application as one of the applications that is helpful and useful in improving the quality of education. This application is expected to make the student able to visualize a 3D object for enhancing the educational process for digital hardware experiment. This application is expected to provide better explanation for the student to implement the digital hardware experiment in the lab. Also, this application is expected to enhance the student to engage and interact in learning activities for digital hardware experiment.
Our project applied AR technology in learning platform for students and teachers. In order to develop the project in a limited period of time, digital hardware course concepts will be used to explain the lab experiment by representing the required materials and the instructions to implement the experiment. The project will be implemented as an iOS application for devices that support iOS 11 or later. The project uses marker-based augmented reality, which overlay 3D objects and explanation in the user environment. Education plays an important role in our life. For that, we have to improve the way of learning. Using AR technology in teaching and learning will improve the educational process. The project contributes to facilitate the way of education and gaining the knowledge. We aim to develop a platform that both students and teachers can get the benefit of in learning. We wish our project be helpful and useful in improving the quality of education. Thank you for watching.